Script is done 879 words within the 900-word target range. Save to home/jarvisadmin/brainfuel DMN script, Right now, deep inside your brain, your default mode network is quietly rewriting your sense of self, running in the background even when you're certain you're doing nothing at all. And the neuroscientists who first mapped it admit they still can't cleanly switch it off. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't ask permission. It just runs. But by the end of this video, you'll know the one rule high performers use to interrupt it before it quietly rewires you. Think about the last time you sat still for even 10 seconds. Your mind didn't go blank. It went somewhere. Maybe it replayed an argument you already lost. Maybe it rehearsed a conversation that hasn't happened yet and probably never will. That's not idle thought. That's your default mode network, seizing the silence and using it to rehearse your identity, your regrets, your fears, over and over, without asking whether you wanted to relive any of it. Right now, in this exact second, it's deciding what version of yourself gets replayed tonight while you try to sleep, and you can't feel it happening. People with the loudest version of this network run darker, more repetitive loops, the same worry, the same regret, the same imagined disaster on rotation, night after night, and they rarely trace it back to a specific circuit doing specific, measurable work inside their skull. Here's the part that should unsettle you. This network isn't one lonely region misfiring. It's a coordinated system, the medial prefrontal cortex, the posterior cingulate cortex, the angular gyrus, all humming together the instant your attention drifts off any external task. Researchers found something strange when they scanned resting brains. This network doesn't power down. It powers up. It burns almost as much energy at rest as your brain does solving a hard problem. Scientists nicknamed it the brain's dark energy, invisible, constant, shaping everything, rarely measured directly. And it operates on a switch. The moment you focus outward on a task, a face, a problem, this network goes quiet and a separate one takes over. The instant your focus slips, it floods back in. Silently, automatically, all day. Here's what the experts won't say in public. Marcus Rachel, the neuroscientist credited with identifying this network, has openly admitted there is no clean off switch. You cannot simply decide to stop it. Drugs that suppress it also blunt memory and imagination, because the same network that replays your worst moments also generates your best ideas. Suppress it too hard, and you don't just lose the rumination, you lose your ability to imagine the future at all. That's the trap. The system causing you the most quiet damage is also the system keeping your creativity alive. There's no scalpel precise enough to cut out only the harmful half, and here's where it gets counterintuitive. You've been told meditation fixes this. Sit still, watch your breath, quiet the mind. But brain scans of first-time meditators show something the wellness industry doesn't advertise. Turning attention inward, toward your own breathing, your own body, can actually spike default mode activity in beginners. You're still self-referencing. You've just given your rumination a new costume. This is why some people report meditation making their anxiety louder, not quieter, in the early weeks. Sitting with your thoughts isn't neutral. For an untrained brain, it can be pouring gasoline directly onto the exact fire you were trying to put out. So what actually works? Here's the rule elite performers and high-functioning clinicians quietly rely on, the outward anchor rule. The default mode network isn't defeated by stillness. It's defeated by direction. The instant you notice your mind has drifted into replaying, rehearsing, or worrying, you don't try to empty it. You give it something external, concrete, and slightly effortful to grab onto instead, within seconds, not minutes. Naming 5 objects you can see, counting backward from a specific number while walking, solving a tiny, real problem in front of you, anything that forces the task-positive network back online because these two systems cannot run at full strength at the same time. One always wins. Elite athletes use this before high-pressure moments, not by clearing their heads, but by fixating on one external physical detail so specific it leaves no room for the loop to restart. Surgeons use a version of it before a difficult operation. Pilots use it before a difficult landing. None of them call it meditation because it isn't. It's the opposite, deliberate, outward, almost aggressive attention. The rule isn't silence your mind. The rule is outcompete it fast with something real. Tonight, when you catch yourself replaying tomorrow's meeting or last week's mistake in bed, don't fight the thought directly. Pick one object in the room. Describe it to yourself in absurd physical detail, its texture, its shadow, its exact color. Hold that description for 30 seconds. You're not suppressing the network. You're outcompeting it for the same limited resources, and it will lose every time to something specific enough. But this network isn't working alone. Deeper in your skull, another structure has been quietly deciding how much of this replay you can even survive. And unlike this one, it doesn't wait for silence to strike.